Welcome to the Transfer News podcast with your host, the ever-charming, always witty, Dave. Buckle up as we dive into the latest stories shaking up the Premier League. Whether you're a die-hard fan or just here for the drama, I've got you covered. Let's kick things off with some exciting headlines today. First up, let's talk about Cole Palmer. There's chatter from BBC Sport that Real Madrid has an eye on this star, and Chelsea's fans must be hoping he stays to push their title campaign. Palmer's influence at Chelsea has been likened to legends like Zola, which is quite the praise. Over at West Ham, there's some serious interest brewing in Evan Ferguson from Brighton. West Ham is getting ready to step up their pursuit as soon as the January transfer window opens. This move could shake things up if they manage to convince the 20-year-old striker to climb aboard. Meanwhile, the Jonathan David sweepstake is heating up. Arsenal, Manchester United, and Barcelona are all contenders for the Canadian striker's signature from Lille. With his contract expiring soon, as reported by BBC Sport, it's anyone's game. Manchester City is making headlines with their efforts to snag Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen. They're willing to offer Oscar Bob or James McAtee in exchange for the talented young winger. Club negotiations like these always remind me of the intense tactics needed, not just on the pitch, but off it too. In a potential shake-up, Manchester United's manager Ruben Amorim is considering offloading both Christian Eriksen and Antony to free up funds. It's like clearing out the garage to make space for a new ride. Liverpool's transfer intentions are shining through. They're eager to secure Sam Bukima from Bologna and also have their sights set on Lennon Miller from Motherwell. Lennon's potential is immense, and he could be available for a cool £8 million. Turning our gaze toward Everton, it seems Beto could make a return to Italy, with Torino showing interest. This could be quite a homecoming for the striker from Guinea-Bissau. Ademola Lookman might be set for an England return, with several Premier League clubs knocking on Atalanta's door. It's always intriguing to see former players making their way back to familiar grounds. Chelsea's Omari Kellyman is prepping for a loan move in January. The goal? Getting that much-needed senior experience to elevate his game. Could Graham Potter find his next home at West Ham? If they bid adieu to Julian Lopetegui, Potter might step in until season's end. Always exciting to see managerial moves in the works. Despite a rough patch, Tottenham's hierarchy remains steadfast in supporting Ange Postecoglou, and their commitment is clear as they plan to back him in the January transfer window. Manchester City has got some serious business on the side with their 115 charges, and a decision is expected by spring after the hearings. That's a plot twist waiting to unfold. In the boardrooms, Ashworth's departure from Manchester United is turning heads and raising questions about the possible influence of Ineos decisions. Over at Liverpool, things are looking up with positive discussions happening with stars like Salah, Van Dijk, and Alexander-Arnold. Here's hoping it culminates in fresh deals that fans are so eagerly waiting for. Speaking of deals, there's buzz around Salah being on the verge of a new contract. Fingers crossed, Liverpool fans. And lastly, pundit Kara has had quite the comment, singing the praises of Palmer at Chelsea. Could Palmer really be the X-factor that propels Chelsea to the title? Only time will tell. Before we sign off, a quick word to win your Fantasy Premier League mini-leagues. Join Fantasy Football Hub today with 30% off using our link in the show notes. It's a game changer, and that's a wrap for today's episode of the Transfer News podcast. Thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe on all major platforms or check out our website at transfernewspodcast.com. Keep those notifications on, and see you next time.